get on with it. And I didn't forget about it, but it was just kind of like one of those things where we didn't realize it. It's like, oh yeah, it's November 20th. It's yesterday. Anyways, Figment. Actually, no, Taste Me first. Figment by Jim Zub. This one I did like. Sorry, I was confused. I got sidetracked. I was thinking the other Jim Zub book, the Dungeons and Dragons. So I was like, oh crap, that's a Marvel book too. It should be in the Marvel pile. But it's not. It's AW. But anyways, a Figment I did really like. I thought it was one of those like with Scary. It was one of those books where you could read it, even though it's a kid's book. You know it's a kid's book, but you can enjoy it as an adult. I probably won't read this again. I would sooner read Scary again than this. Because this one, again, it's kind of one of those books that you read it once, and you have no real inclination to read it again. Maybe a few years from now I'll read it again, but it was good enough my first time. I did enjoy it. None of this book was boring. The first issue was a bit slow, but after that it kept going, and it was really enjoyable. So if you have kids, this is a great thing to get them for Christmas, actually. It's a pretty good price book. It's a pretty good price book, too. Although technically it's not, because these should be $13.99, not $15.99, because this is the digest size complete collections, but it's worth it still. It's only like $3 more. The 3 Star Wars books, and yet again, as it always is, they're in no particular order except for the last one, because Darth Vader by Kieran Gillen and Star Wars by Jason Aaron I absolutely adore. They're great Star Wars books, and if they just adapted that, if they just had those writers on for the movies, maybe the sequel trilogy wouldn't have sucked so hard. But then we have the sequel trilogy characters, Poe Dameron. Even if they adapted this into the movies, it wouldn't have sucked so hard. But then you have Charles Soule book, and it's just middle of the road. It's not ever gonna get anything beyond a middle of the road book that I will only read for middle of life. I mean, Star Wars in general I will, but I still recommend all 3 of them, but if you have to budget yourself, you can only get 2 out of 3. I would say get Star Wars, Jason Aaron, and Darth Vader, Kieran Gillen, and so you skip out on Poe Dameron. Still good, don't get me wrong, but it's kind of like compared to the other 2. Magneto by Cullen Bunn, absolutely phenomenal book. Even if you don't like Cullen Bunn, I'd strongly recommend you read this book. Well, also I'm trying to go somewhat quickly because I'm filming on the iPad. I already had a long-ass intro, but it's gonna be more of a speed run kind of thing. Spider-Man Deadpool, Volume 3, just as good, if not better than the second volume. It's proof that the Volume 1 was just kind of like a... I didn't hate Volume 1, but I thought Volume 1 was a bit too slow. Too slow for a Deadpool book, slow pace. Like, the pacing was off for a Deadpool book. Not slow, but it's just off. Captain America Mighty Avengers Last Days, not bad, but nothing I'm ever gonna read again. Was an absolute torture reading it, but I will have no reason to read that again. She-Hulk by Charles Soule. Proof that I think the only thing I'm going to consistently like from Charles Soule, it will be his curse words. And yes, this is the run with the terrible artwork. This is supposed to be She-Hulk. Thor, the Deviant Saga. It's better than this one. This Thor Guardians of the Galaxy book. But this one was just a slog to get through. Both Thor books were a slog to get through. But at least this one was modern Thor. So this one was slog to get through. Not much to say about this one, honestly. It's very forgettable, like with Eternals. Because it's the Deviant's Eternals. It's one of the characters. And the Eternals do make an appearance, but I don't remember a single thing that happened in this book, honestly. Very forgettable. And this one was just... This is proof that, along with Doctor Strange, I probably will be extremely biased against any Thor book made before 1998. That's before the Heroes Return Dan Jurgens run. And even that I haven't read yet, so I can't say if I even like that. But I seem to like for Doctor Strange, I liked Jason Aaron run, so I would say with Thor, it was J. Michael Straczynski and Up I've liked. Everything below that has been very hit or miss, including this one. I do want to read the Jerry Conway run, though. I read one Orphaned issue from that run. I really enjoyed it, so that's an exception. Guardians of the Galaxy Epic Collection. Ironically enough, this does have an issue, so you're technically double dipping with it's just one issue though, with the Thor book. And this one I thought was not bad. It kind of got annoying after a while, as it's supposed to be. It's a pretty thin Epic Collection, but I still enjoyed it enough. But I will be reading this again. Not even if they get Volume 2, if that ever comes out. Fantastic Four Volume 1 Epic Collection, the first 18 issues of this run. Fantastic Four is appropriately named because it is a fantastic book, even back when it was just starting to come out. The first 18 issues are just as enjoyable as probably the last few. Well, actually, I shouldn't say last few, but very, very good. And surprisingly good for a Silver Age. Like, you expect it to be extremely dated in a bad way, but it's not. This is the best of the Silver Age. When I say that I'm hesitant to say I hate the Silver Age, this is why. This, even for a stickler like me, who was very, very, God, what do you call it? Who's very critical about the Silver Age, even I like this book. Then we have Captain America Epic Collection, and I really enjoyed this one, and there's two storylines, technically three, but I'm going to say two, because you have the ongoing and you have the Adventures of Captain America 4-issue miniseries, and had it been 8 issues, I probably would have given it a 10. I probably would give it a 10 out of 10. But the one thing about that is because each issue is 50 pages long, you feel the length. The last two you don't, especially the last one I read like 20 minutes, which was a new record for me for a 50-page book. But very, very enjoyable book. I do recommend it. And the Epic Collections are kind of hard to get to recommend, kind of sort of, because it's volume 18, 17, so it's like way to here for Captain America. Then we have Fallen Sun Captain America, and this was really, really damn good. This is how you do one-shots. It's connected, yes, but you could probably read like Spider-Man, then Wolverine. You don't have to technically go in order, except for the last issue, of course. But this is how you do tie-ins too. You don't make it. You tell them what happened in the event, but you don't make it to the point where you have to read the event to know what's going on in the one-shots. If you just want to read the one-shots, you can. And it's pretty obvious as to what happened. It's one of those things that was very prominent. And if you're even like slightly well-versed in the Marvel Universe, you know what happened around 2007 with Captain America. And Fallen Sun, yes, I'd spoil it. So these two I'm gonna review. These two I'm gonna review back to back because it's kind of funny. So these are both. I don't know why it doesn't say Dungeons and Dragons. Forgotten Realms is the Dungeons and Dragons movie was set around. That's why I was first interested in picking up this book. When I first thought they had it, and they said it didn't. It was hard to find. But anyways, each Dungeons and Dragons book had something for me that the other didn't. This one was not well paced. This was. This took itself seriously. This did not at all. This was the right amount of had a perfect tone. This one felt too silly. This one I will probably only read once. This I've read 3 times. And also it's a series, so I do. Because it's there's 3 of them? Oh, it's one of those series that I wouldn't completely find if they didn't have Volume 3. They did have Volume 2 though. And it's just so weird. It's Dungeons and Dragons. It's Forgotten Realms, they call it. It's so weird to me to think about because it's where did I think that it said Dungeons? First of all, but I think it said Dungeons and Dragons in the first place. I know Forgotten Realms. That's kind of I don't know. It's weird. I can't even say what it's like. Volume 5, God is Dead, and just like the first 4 volumes, it's very hard to know what's going on, but I still enjoy it, somehow. I mean, I'm a Grant Morrison fan, so that shouldn't be new to me. That's not new to me. Ruin Island Volume 2 is just as enjoyable as Volume 1 is. Blink by Chris Rosabella continues the trend of me not really liking his writing. And the only thing, again, I have so I have Crowded by him, Evolution, Shanghai Red's right over there. I don't know if I had any better vision. I could see if I could actually see if I could go all the way over there. So yeah, Crowded, Evolution, Shanghai Red, Demonic, and then Screamland. So 5 books by him. Oh, High Crime. So 6 books by him, and I hope all those are good because nothing else I've read by him has been too great. I did read Welcome Back. Welcome Back is probably my favorite thing I've read by him. But even if it was written by someone like Grant Morrison, I wouldn't consider it to be a great Grant Morrison book because I have such low expectations for Christopher Zabala. Something like that is gonna be good. And this one wasn't bad. Like I would probably go Welcome Back, this, Dead Dudes, Dirtbag Rapture, because I know there's only 4 I've read by him. They wouldn't count Crowded. I only read 1 issue of Crowded. That I did like. I did like, but even then it was like half the issue. I was like the huge ass slog to get through, and then get it and the cliffhanger. I think it's the only reason why I linked that book. And like cliffhanger, I wanted to see what happened next. Probably should have just gone to the library or something. I don't know. I think they even had volume 1. They had volume 1, volume 2, but not volume 3. I was like, screw it. Morning in America by Madeline Visaggio. See, if I have such low expectations, not like expectations, but I have like, I'm so lenient with comics that this I liked. This I thought was really good. Like, really good. Like, I actually recommend this book. And if only Christopher Zabala could write a book this evenly paced as Morning in America was. I think the biggest thing with Christopher Zabala is he really likes doing narration. And he like so much expository dialogue and overdoes it on that. Waking the Divine, Volume 8. Now, I said I was going to get this for Christmas, and I'm probably not going to. A big reason for why that is because those damn Image Comics anthologies. Every author, I swear to God, I probably, out of the book, so there's like, let's say there's 5 authors per chapter of the Image Comics anthology. Each and every one all the 5, I have books from them. Jeff Johns, I was gonna get books from him. Kieran Gillen, I have, Everything But This from, and I know I shouldn't feel the need to collect everything. In fact, that's gonna be the main reason why I switched around my Christmas list, because I'm probably not gonna get those. I mean, even if I decide last minute to do that, I probably won't. But yeah. But the reason why I was gonna get this, even though my library had it, was this is so damn good. I just had to own it. But I probably will just continue to just get it in my local library. It's one of those things where, at least with Saga, I'm thinking I'm getting Saga for Christmas. At least with Saga, it's an ongoing. Waking the Divine isn't. It's 9 volumes, and yeah, in getting them from third-party sellers, $10 at the most per volume. Even that's $90. And it's also somewhere used like now. The Walking Dead book. See, it's why I like so much. I don't feel the need to get this. Yeah, I guess they have 4 compendiums. Like, and yeah, they only have 1 compendium for Book Div, but still. Or they cheap out like DC Comics did with Ex Machina and just do 2 and still have them at full price. $60. It was like 400 pages per book. That pissed me off. And especially when I found that was the whole reason for why was because it was like volume 5 I had. It did not come. It didn't show up, and I wasn't even sure they'd have books 1 through 5. They had volume 5. Book 5 collects 2 volumes, so book collects 2 volumes. Volume is just one little thin volume. But anyway, like this is 2 volumes of Walking Dead. Book 3, it is very enjoyable, very hard to get through sometimes, but still very evenly paced. Somehow, like it can show the most depraved human being doing the most depraved stuff, and you're somehow wanting to read more of that, and that is insane. Any other writer, and I would drop that book a sack of potatoes. If John Ridley had written that, I would have thrown the book out the window and like probably burned it. They wouldn't even care it's a library book. And like, you guys really want to read that book? If it was written by anyone but Robert Kirkman. But Robert Kirkman is a damn good writer, and he knows how to like. And he was like, when shit's like late hitting the fan and it's something really like hard to read, he will give you a little bit of a break because there's so many characters, so he can just like shy away from those characters and go more somewhat more lighthearted and what you're used to. I wouldn't say anything in Walking Dead is lighthearted, but more like easygoing, like what you're used to from Walking Dead. But anyways, The Unwritten, Never a series I'm gonna read again. I like it. It's underrated. I recommend it, but it is very much like a. It very much feels like homework sometimes. Sometimes. Again, like I said last time, it walks a fine line between feeling like homework and being enjoyable to read. American Way. So I'm not gonna ever talk about this author, John Ridley. The whole reason why I said John Ridley is that because of his Superman book. His Superman book, when he did the anthology for Superman Red and Blue, he decided to do a very, very like dark Superman book that even Zack Snyder would say is way too nihilistic. Zack Snyder. So we have American Way by John Ridley, and this exceeded. This is. So you have like sequel. It's better than the first one in every way. I feel like I'm trying to like make it sound good, not just say it's better than first one, and I've lost it, but I don't care. You guys get the point. I don't need to sound like a scholar. Transmetropolitan, my second favorite comic book of all time, and it will stay that way. See, that one at least I knew what I was gonna say. Wonder Woman by Brian Azzarello, my favorite Wonder Woman run, still. Superman for Tomorrow by Brian Azzarello, not as bad as it was the third time. Very good, actually. I really enjoyed it. Because I remember the first time I really liked it, and the second time I didn't like it as much. Third time I almost hated it. Fourth time, most recent time, I really enjoyed it again. Maybe that third time I was just, I don't know. Nubia, Queen of the Amazons. I had to check what it was called because they just weird. Because Volume 1 is called And the Amazons. Volume 2 is Queen of the Amazons. Why they decided to go that route, I don't know. Why they decided to confuse everybody, I don't know. Why they don't like to earn money, I don't know. But Nubia, Queen of the Amazons is just kind of okay. Very, very, very forgettable. The definition of forgettable, actually. Batman Long Shadows, probably my pick of the week. I know I said Transmetropolitan was my second favorite comic all the time, but I've read that book 17 times. I don't want to include rereads as pick of the week. It's a bit unfair. Yes, Batman Long Shadows, probably pick of the week. Very underrated writer too, Judd Winnick. Almost everything I've read by him I've absolutely adored. I'd say everything, actually, honestly. Batman Failsafe, just as good as the first time. Dark Knight's Metal, just as annoying as it was to read the first time. Hopefully Batman Who Laughs is better. And that is that. Now let's do the speed run, not the speed run, the out of 10 score. I'm just gonna sit down here, now let's show the book, obviously. I'd say Fantastic Four is the pick of the week, because technically not all of it was a reread. I read the first 10 issues, not the last 8. Figment, 9 out of 10. Darth Vader, 9 out of 10. Star Wars, 9 out of 10. It's looks weird doing that. Poe Dameron, 7 out of 10. Magneto, 9.5 out of 10. Deadpool, Itsy Bitsy, or Spider-Man Deadpool, Itsy Bitsy, 7.5 out of 10. Still not spectacular. Captain America, 5 out of 10. Or Many Adventures, 5 out of 10. She-Hulk, 3 out of 10. 4.5 out of 10. 4.5 out of 10. I will be getting Volume 2, but again, it's my Volume 2 rule where no matter how much I hate a book, I'm going to at least read Volume 2 so I can never have to read it again because I finished the series. Or that run, at least. Thor, 2 out of 10. That's Deviant Saga. This Thor, 2 out of 10. Guardians, 5 out of 10. Fantastic Four, 9 out of 10. Highest recommendation, pick of the week. Captain America, 9 out of 10. Fallen Sun, 9 out of 10. Dungeons and Dragons, 5 out of 10. Drizzt, 5 out of 10. And this is Dungeons and Dragons Days of Endless Adventures, 7.5 out of 10. Yeah, I still enjoyed the Gems Up run more than the Drizzt run. God is Dead, 9 out of 10. Ronin Island, 8.5 out of 10. Blink, 4.5 out of 10. Morning in America, 7.5 out of 10. Waking the Divine, 9.5. Walking Dead, I'd honestly give it a 10 out of 10. Unwritten, 7 out of 10. 7.5. John Ridley, The American Way, Volume 2, 7 out of 10. Transmetropolitan, 10 out of 10. Wonder Woman by Brian Azzarello, 9.5. I think you guys know what out of 10, it's out of 10 by now. Superman for Tomorrow, 9 out of 10. No, 8 out of 10. 9's too high. 7 out of 10 for Nubia. 9 out of 10 for Batman Long Shadows. Probably more 8.5. Chip Zdarsky, 8 out of 10. And Metal, 5 out of 10. That's it. See you guys tomorrow. Oh, I gotta do a shout out to my barber. It's Bien's in Main Street. And it's not Manchester, New Hampshire. It is Nashua, New Hampshire. I'm doxing myself by saying this, but I had to shout out the barber because he watched my videos now, apparently. That's it. And then tomorrow video, Comic Call. Or like Comic Call. Tomorrow's video is going to be, well, technically it's a Comic Call, but library Comic Call. That's it.